for $65,000. And I'm thinking it's just land. I go out on the land, and lo and behold, I find a brick house that was around 5,000 square foot with horse stables connected to it, stone poured floors, pine beams, a wet bar, brick wet bar, step down tubs, tile, all of that for $65,000. And so we then started to develop the place into a retreat center. So then we got horses, goats, rabbits, pigs, chickens, basketball court, baseball field, all of that. Fast forward several years, we did retreat centers, we did retreats, summer camps for kids, the whole deal. But last year, we held the summer program. We only had 4 kids because the whole neighborhood that grew up around us, everybody was going off to college. So I told my wife, I said, baby, I wonder if the places that would live this time, because every time, and everything there's a time in the season, right? Season for me to leave Mr. Olympia, okay? I had my 8-year term. And so was it, I think, with the retreat center, because all of a sudden, we had to send the teachers home. You know, we only got 4 kids, and so I said, here we go. Because what happens if you're not getting a profit, you're going to end up paying taxes, right? 24 acres here, back door of the airport. Let's say, you know, I had the airport started to expand. Developers came. I said, another developer came. I said, another developer came. He said, Lee, I realize what you've done in this community, these kids and so forth. I want to build an entire community here that'll be first class, so forth, and remembrance of those ranch that you had. And so, long story short, $65,000 investment ended up making $2.4 million. See? I could have took that $65,000 and bought a Mercedes. I did something stupid with it, like a lot of other stupid athletes do.
Thanks, Steve.
I wouldn't say stupid. Let's just say we're lacking wisdom. Lacking wisdom. That's the scientific way to put it. And we invested. But the real deal to the blessing was I was there to be a blessing to somebody else, and God realized that. So down the road, He then multiplied and blessed what I had set out to do. It comes back. When you give, it comes back to you. Sometimes 10 or 100-fold.
That's the moral of the story.
And that set me up for retirement. Now I have an intern that investment.
All right.
Plazos and park bands.
Unless you're giving somebody a job, I don't hear that. So that's the moral of the story. I mean, he just started out as a teenage bodybuilder. You just don't know where it's going to take you. In our industry, we see it time and time again with guys that have made good. There's some other sides to the story, but I mean, this is one of the inspirations. This is one of the reasons why Kevin chose Lee, and it was a fitting situation. But we're now in positions to give back and create opportunities, and that's why coming here to Maryland, having an opportunity to get this off the ground and working with Steve McAdams, and we got a lot of good things in store for the state of Maryland. Kevin being one of my best friends in all of bodybuilding makes it a very easy transition. So we're going to see and hear a lot more of this collaboration, because I want to find out how to take that $65,000, make it $2 million too. Maybe they can give me a job. I don't know, we'll see. But we're going to wrap it up for the pre-judge. You'll come back here tonight at 6 o'clock for the finals. Kevin, are you going to do the national anthem? You know, Kevin can sing. He's a little shy. Are you going to sing for us or not?
Shawn Ray again.
No, you're not going to sing?
You're always trying to get something cranked out.
I'll try to get it up here to sing tonight.
And tell the story backstage. We were backstage pumping up, and I was dehydrated, ready to pass out at the Mr. Olympia. And I'm always shack up in the room with him, right?
Here we go.
And I'm like, okay, we got to get on stage. And he's sitting over there peeling this orange. I'm right there, I smell him, like, man, that smells good. Give me a piece of that. He goes, He goes, nah, man, you got to fend for yourself. He goes, I'm not leaving. Lee, I'm starting to cramp up and everything, right? I'm like, are you serious? He ate the whole orange right in front of me.
I wasn't planting seeds. I wasn't trying to bear fruit. I had a different strategy. I had to. I was a small man.
Don't get you, Shawn.
I know.
That's all right.
But from that experience, I mean,
do you remember that?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
You should have
beat me. Somehow or another, you want to beat me a couple of times. You should. And,
so that's how Shawn was backstage, man. When it was showtime, it was like.
But he fell in love with that. You did fall in love with that.
You're the man. I mean, he's taught me a lot. He taught me not to ever ask him for anything else.
He's got to
be selfish.
Kevin's got one story about me related to him that he tells at literally every seminar about money. And I like to hear it when he says it because I wasn't thinking about it at the time. When you came out to my house, I think it was 92 or 91, you were asking me about the whole money situation. What did I say to you? Do you remember? I got to remind him a lot about his history.
You said something like, he said, I'll teach you how to make it, but I won't lend it to you. I love that.
Because, you know, I didn't.
And he said, go do this, get on the tours, do this, do that. And that's what I did. That's how come I ended up becoming one of the winningest bodybuilders in the history of the sport. Because actually, Shawn Ray, I asked him, I said, how do you become successful? And I remember when I won the Nationals in 1991, Lee Haney and Jim Mannion presented me with my overall national championship title. That meant the world to me because it was Mr. Mannion was like meeting him backstage, and Jim came up to me and put his hands on my shoulders at the juniors, and he said, you got what it takes. He said, just trust me and come to the Nationals. And for me, it just, I lost my father when I was 7 years old, and for me, it was like a father figure had just confirmed a dream that I wanted. Confirmed that, you know, somehow God brought him to me and just said, trust me. You know, when he put his hands on me and said, trust me, you know, come to the Nationals. I believe you can win it. And I did. It was 4 months that I had to go. I got second in the juniors, and I went and I won the whole entire show. And I'd never been in the magazines. Nobody even knew who Kevin Levrone was. Prior to that, I was just Mr. Burn in 1990. You know, and Lee Haney walked out on stage, and then the other blessing was that Lee, you told me, you said just stick with Jim. He'll guide you in the right road. Just stick with Jim. Everything is going to be all right. And those words always rung dear and close to my soul and to my heart, you know, because he was a godly man, and I knew that, you know, what he was telling me, I could trust and believe in. And, you know, God has a way of speaking to each and every one of us. You know, we just have to be open to his calling and what he wants us to do, and he'll direct us. As long as we seek him, we'll find him. That's what he says. And believe me, I've done a lot of praying, and you know, it was my dream to beat Mr. Olympia. That was my goal, that was my dream. But along the way, people always say, well, how do you feel now winning the Mr. Olympia? Of course, I would love to have the same now. One thing that I do, man, I met a family, which is the MPC, the IFBB. I mean, it's given me hope to be able to move forward, be successful, be a family man, have a son, provide for your family, and all of these things. I mean, I've learned from Shawn Ray how to teach me how to go out on the road and give seminars and do shows and promote yourself in Spain, Italy, Germany, France, Russia, Holland, Czechoslovakia, all over the world. You know, and it's a beautiful sport with a lot of great people in our sport that can help you. You know, so don't be afraid to ask. You know, no is not my vocabulary. If somebody asks me a question, hey, can you do this for me? The first thing I say is, well, what do you need? Because when I went to Mr. Lee Haney and I said, well, Lee, you know, what do I do now that I'm a champ? He said, gave me the advice. He said, just trust Jim, stick with Jim, you'll be fine. You know, and that's exactly what I did. And it ended up evolving me into the person I am today. You know, so always reach back and be able to hand out and help someone, especially when they ask you for a bite of that orange.
And now you know why I chose these two guys to align myself with. Solid guys. Give Lee Haney a big round of applause and Kevin Levrone. We'll be back tonight at 6 o'clock so you guys get some food, get your breath, and we'll do it all over again tonight. Thank you guys for coming.